So, before the graduates are presented individually to the Chancellor, Ms. Mizuki Giffin, a member of the graduating class, is going to address convocation. Mizuki is graduating with an honors degree in world literature and a minor in English. Her thesis examines representations of small animals in select Ainu oral stories. She served as president of the World Languages and Literature Student Union. She's a producer of the World Literature Student Conference, a co-communication coordinator for the Lear magazine, volunteer with the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, and a peer tutor. She now works at the UBCO Library in her hometown of Kelowna and plans to pursue a Master's in Library and Information Sciences. I am now pleased to call upon Ms. Mizuki Giffin for the graduate address. Mizuki.
Thank you so much, President Johnson, Madam Chancellor, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and of course, fellow graduates. I'm honored to be here today speaking about the incredible accomplishments of this graduating class. I'm also endlessly grateful to and appreciative of the ancestors of this beautiful land, the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, and thank them for allowing us to be here celebrating today on their traditional ancestral territory. After being away from campus for so long, it's certainly a special feeling to be gathered here together again. Our graduating class is a group who finished our last 5 semesters remotely, commuting to class through the click of a button from our bedrooms around the world. For many of us, this will be the first time we're back on campus in nearly a year and a half. Returning to campus after so much time away provides a new, unique perspective into this space, which has served as a setting to some of the most beautiful, memorable, tumultuous, and often difficult years of our lives. I think we can all look back and remember the very first time we traveled up here, the excitement of navigating the unknown hallways, of buying our first coffee at Renaissance, of catching a view from the mountain view from West Mall for the first time, pausing in awe between classes to take it all in. At that time, starting our undergraduate or graduate degrees, there was a visceral excitement over the novelty of this campus, representing the promise of possibilities and experiences just on the horizon. Over time, though, drudging the long bus rides up the mountain, getting through the gray days, this novelty wears off. School gets overwhelming, assignments pile up, and we complain about the concrete and the rain and the broken buses. I don't know about you all, but in spring 2020, I was almost excited at the idea of getting a little break from it all. But being on campus again today, I see the space through the eyes of the person I was 4 years ago, in awe and excited and full of hope. I'm noticing the little details that make this university space so magical. The bulletin boards covered with advertisements for endless opportunities, snippets of passing conversations we hear in the hallways, streams of students with places to be, ideas to share, dreams to chase, all the things that remind us that we're part of something bigger than ourselves. Being on campus reminds us of this, that we belong to a special community of students and scholars, united in part by the concrete and the rain we love to complain so much about. This feeling that the university community facilitates of being part of something bigger, something special, it's not inherent or natural though. It's been built and shaped through decades of work. This graduating class has continued to do the substantial work of ensuring that this space, which should feel welcoming and accessible to all, is. I'm inspired by the work of my fellow students, and particularly Black, Indigenous, and LGBTQIA+ students, advocating for equity, for safety, for justice. Even when we were working remotely, this advocacy and work did not cease. And if anything, I've seen more students than ever confronting injustice, educating ourselves and others, and making changes in the small and large ways we can, both in the university community and beyond. And so this space is magical because of the reminder that countless students have walked these hallways before us, creating the space as we know it today. And because we know students in the future will continue to feel the changes we've made during our time here. Despite immeasurable hardships and, dare I say the dreaded words, unprecedented times, here we are. The magnitude of this incredible accomplishment can easily be lost among the chaos we've endured. But I hope that you can take a moment now to acknowledge how hard you worked to get here and let yourself feel nothing but an overwhelming sense of pride. You are here today because of your perseverance, your resilience, and your determination to push yourself beyond the limits of what you even knew you were capable of. I think most of us come to university with the hopes of making our parents, our families, our friends proud. But somewhere along the way, many of us come to realize that we've actually found a way to make ourselves proud, that we've surprised ourselves by accomplishing things we hadn't even dreamed of, and that we've ended up here today at the finish line despite those moments where we were certain it wasn't possible. The pride that comes from within is unique. It shakes the earth from under your feet. It's empowering, it's healing. If you haven't let yourself feel that yet, please take a moment to feel it now. You have so much to be proud of sitting here today. And so I offer you the most sincere and heartfelt congratulations I can, with nothing but confidence that we'll continue to build communities and spaces in the world that unite, that fight for justice, and that foster success and growth for all. I feel honored to stand as part of this graduating class, because in this group, I see the future that I want to live in. I want to conclude by offering a heartfelt thank you to the World Languages and Literatures Department for the opportunities they've provided for me and fellow students. Since my very first semester, this department has offered me endless support and love, so thank you so much. And I know that my department is just one of the many within our faculty who care deeply about the success and well-being of their students, which is what makes this faculty so special. I am grateful beyond words to be speaking on behalf of this graduating class. Thank you to everyone who helped us get here, to the caring professors, to the guests sitting in support in front of me, and to all those who couldn't be here today watching from home. Class of 2021, a most sincere congratulations again to each and every one of you. I hope that you're able to celebrate today in love and joy. Thank you.